Dholavira in Kutch district of Gujarat, India is now a UNESCO heritage site. To begin with, the location of Dholavira. So it's located in the Kutch district in a arid kind of island which is known as the Khadir Island, also known as the Khadir Bait Island in the Kutch area. And this is a center for Harappan civilization. So, of the 10 major centers, of the 8 major cities which were identified, it is considered as the one of the fifth largest cities, and therefore very important. What is so unique? It was a fortified city with numerous ceremonial grounds, and there were hierarchy in town planning. A predefined we can say geometrical plan was developed for the city planning, and it clearly revealed the stratification of social order during that time. We'll understand that in a while. To begin with, this is, as we said, located in the Khadir Bait, which is the Khadir Island in the Kutch district, nearly 165 kilometers from Radhanpur, and more importantly, it lies on the Tropic of Cancer. Now, there are two important rivers that drained through the ancient Dholavira, one in the south and other in the north. We'll come to that again. But if we focus on the extent how old it was, we say it was around 4500 years old, built somewhere in the 3rd to the 2nd millennium BC, discovered in 1968 by J.P. Joshi, and finally under R.P. Bisht, the excavations started, and there were series of excavation that took place. Most excavations were conducted from 1990s to 2005. Now, so far, there have been 40 sites from India which are part of UNESCO World Heritage Site. Dholavira is the 40th site. There are 32 cultural sites, 7 natural sites, and 1 mixed location which are part of the UNESCO Heritage Site. Dholavira was submitted in 2014 in the tentative list for UNESCO World Heritage. However, it was submitted in the dossier in 2020 and finally became part of the list in 2021. Now, coming on to 3 important features that Dholavira is known for. The first is its unique water conservation system. The practices for conserving water efficiently, and we would understand how it happened in a while. The next is the defensive mechanism, because it was a fortified city and fortification was within layers. So multi-layered fortification for the city was seen. Citadel was there. Citadel is a place which is a little high above the ground level, and then stone construction was extensively seen. Note, very important, Dholavira was one of the sites from Harappan civilization that witnessed stone buildings for all its houses, and this is a unique exception because most of the cities from Harappa civilization used bricks during that time, and arrangement of bricks, as we have understood in our classes previously, was 2 bricks horizontally and then vertical, then horizontal and vertical. So there was a crisscross arrangement of bricks to bring in more stability, for example in Lothal. But here, most of the structure was built not on bricks but on stones. So all the buildings here were made of stone. Special burial centers or special burial grounds were seen that signified that they had special respect for life after death and a unique culture associated to that. Also, a range of artifacts have been seen which includes copper, shell, stone, jewelry, terracotta, ivory as some of the products which were used during that time. Coming on to the water management system. As we said, 2 major rivers, Mansar and Manhar. So these 2 rivers used to provide seasonal water only to the region, and therefore there was an acute need for building an efficient water management system. Now, to survive in that harsh arid environment, the system of water conservation was very unique. As we said, the structures were completely built with stone, and with the stone massive reservoirs were built. Three of those reservoirs have been excavated over the period of time, as you can see in the figure here. And then there were drainage systems, as you can see in the bottom of the diagram here. Now, the water which was brought through the rivers was stored as fresh water. Water through the rivers as well as water from the rain was stored as fresh water, and the two streams, the Mansar and the Manhar, which flowed north and south, were then diverted into small rivulets or small distributaries of the main river. And finally, this region could survive even if there were many years which passed without rainfall. And that was the kind of water management system which was seen in that time. So just a quick recap of what we talked about. Some important facts about Dholavira. It is located on Tropic of Cancer, very important. A quadrangular city, two streams, Mansar and Manhar, Mansar in the north, Manhar in the south, discovered by J.P. Joshi, and all the buildings made of stone. Now you might wonder what sign I have here on the figure. Now this is one of the signboards that is there on the entry gate of Dholavira. There are 10 symbols. Harappan inscriptions have not been deciphered. It's an unknown language so far. But one of the unique things that we can see here, the symbols that have been inscripted on the entry gate of Dholavira are huge. They are big symbols, and one of the symbols, a symbol similar to the wheel shape, is repeated 4 times. This kind of symbology also denotes that the people during that time probably had full literacy, and they were very well aware about whatsoever kind of script and inscriptions have been seen during that time. Now, one of the most striking features, as we said, is the stone architecture. With the stone, reservoirs were built, and the seals in the Dholavira have been considered of stage 3. That means there are animal only figures on the seals. There are only animal figures without any type of script which is engraved in it. And that's again one of the major things that we need to understand during that time. Most of the inscriptions are either as seals which are made of stone, or they are small sealings which are either clay impressions. So on the piece of clay there are impressions which are marked. So two of these are the most common remains that we could see from Dholavira, and this is the inscription on the gate of Dholavira is considered to be one of the longest Indus scripts that have been identified by scholars so far, and with publicly putting up this script indicates that the people who were visiting or entering Dholavira were well acquainted with languages that time. Now this is a rough layout of the town of Dholavira during that time. As we already mentioned, it was a pre-existing geometrical design which was taken into account, a citadel or a raised platform with the lower town and the middle town. The region outside showed the lower town, and the region close to the city center showed the middle town. Now this lower town, middle town clearly showed that there was a stratification of the city. In the north there was the Mansar river, and in the south, as we talked about, there is the Manhar river, and the whole of the city, well planned, well arranged, is standing between these two rivers. And also there have been indications of castles, fortification of the cities, burial grounds, crematory, as you can see, located outside the city, which had its own unique characteristics during that time. So this was something that we discussed about Dholavira. We would be covering many more interesting lectures on art and culture of India. Stay tuned. Have a wonderful day ahead.